Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at another video. You might be wondering why the change of scenery, and if you're new here, you might be wondering why is this guy holding the mic with a blank white wall and a cat. Well, I'm moving. This is my last video in Minnesota, my last video in this apartment, so soak it all in. And we're going a little freestyle here because I'm about to pack up my computer and this is the last thing to go. But today we're going to look at the 50 things that are only possible in Australia. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing of a package that was sent to me from Australia. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get my ears on and we're going to get into this video. Let's see how it goes. All right, 50 things that are only possible in Australia, the land down under. Let's go.
Okay, it's pop quiz time. Which country has the longest fence in the world? How about the second largest Greek population? 3 times more sheep than people? Okay,
Sheeple.
one word will give it away. Kangaroos! Yeah, I'm talking about the land down under.
Oh, never mind.
So, what do you know about Australia? So, let's start with the name. Australia comes
see how
from
many
the
of these I
Latin
know.
word Australis, which means southern.
Southern, yep.
Way back in the 2nd century, there were legends of a mysterious Terra Australis Incognita, or unknown southern land. Well, now it's very known, so let's get to know more about it. Despite the stereotypes of hot, sunny weather year-round,
That
the
Aurora
Australian
Australis.
Alps, which are the highest mountain
Southern
range in the
Lights.
country, get more snow than the Swiss Alps do. Better grab your skis. The world's longest national highway is in Australia. It stretches for over 9,000 miles.
Wow.
For comparison, the Earth's diameter is about 7,900 miles. It's actually a network of highways that connects all capitals of the mainland states. Now, I'm
How's it
sure
one
you've
road
heard
then?
of the Great Wall of China. But what about the Great Fence of Australia?
You guys got
Okay,
a
that's
fence.
not what it's called,
Big
but
old
still,
fence.
the Dingo Fence in southeast Australia stretches for nearly 3,500 miles. For comparison, it would easily cover the entire span of the U.S., from Los Angeles to Houghton, Maine.
Wow, nice.
Now, it might not be so surprising
keep the
know
dogs
that
out or what?
Australia is huge. It's about the same size as the continental U.S., about 2,500 miles wide. The distance from the west to east coast is further than Barcelona to Moscow. In all, Australia is the world's 6th largest country and the only one that's also a whole continent. But with all that territory, over 80% of Australians live within 60 miles of the coast.
Yep.
This makes the
Makes
country
sense.
one of the most coastal-dwelling populations in the world. And that means a whole lot of beaches. In fact, they have so many
Like Bondi
that
Beach.
if you decided to visit a new beach
That's
every
the best
day,
one, right?
it would take you almost 30 years to see them all.
Wow.
The biggest property in Australia is about 40,000 square miles in area. South Korea could fit into it with room to spare. The
Nice.
country's termites are busy building huge properties as well. Their mounds are the tallest animal-made structures on this planet.
Oh,
Before humans arrived,
You guys
the
got a big
continent was
termite
home
problem
to
in your houses or what?
megafauna. If you lived there about 46,000 years ago, you'd be dead today. But you
Yeah.
would have seen 10-foot-tall kangaroos,
What?
23-foot-long goanna lizards,
What?
and ducks the size of an adult horse.
no way.
Quack.
I
The
don't
largest
believe it.
living structure on the planet is the Australian Great Barrier Reef. By the way, it has its own mailbox.
What?
And there's a rumor that the fish there use eel mail. Yeah. Neither kangaroos nor emus can walk backward. That's a fact. And that's
Okay.
why they're painted on the Australian coat of arms. Keep moving forward. The platypus,
funny.
an
You guys lost to
egg-laying
the emus,
mammal
too.
that lives only in Australia, is one of the rare venomous mammals on this planet. Luckily,
Ooh.
while the venom has an excruciatingly painful effect on people, it's not lethal. The takeaway? Don't fuss with a platypus.
Oh, let's go
By
platypus.
the way, when the first platypus was brought to England, people there were sure that it was a joke. The English believed that Australians had sewn a duck's bill onto a rat's body to play a trick on them.
What?
Yeah, right up until he bit them. Not laughing now, are ya? Swimming in the surf
How do you-
during the day had been illegal in Australia up until 1902. But after one guy calmly entered the waves of Manly Beach one afternoon that year, surf bathing became increasingly popular. The largest Greek
Surf
population
bathing.
outside of Greece itself is in Australia. Actually, to be more
Okay.
precise, in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
More than
It's Melbourne.
160,000 people who live there
Melbourne.
say they come from Greek descent. Melbourne was the richest city in the world in 1880. These days, Tokyo, Japan holds this title. And until 2018, Melbourne had been rated as the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row.
Oh, very
But
cool.
then it was bumped down to second place after Vienna, Austria. Come on, Melbourne, get back in the game.
Austria.
One of Melbourne's founders was John Batman. Yep, that was his real name. And
Nice.
get this, the city was temporarily called Batmania.
Ha!
Too bad they decided to change it to Robinville? Nah. In 2018, Australia ranked
Batmania,
third
that'd be a
after
good one.
Norway and Switzerland on the Human Development Index. This index is based on education, life expectancy, and citizens' income. Basically, they got a good thing going down under there. In 2005, security guards at the Parliament House in Canberra were prohibited from calling people
Canberra.
mate. But the ban
What?
only lasted for a day, mate. G'day.
I was
If you're
gonna say.
ever in Western Australia, you
Can't
can
tell an
visit
Aussie not
one
to
of
say
their many
mate.
super salty pink lakes.
Ooh,
They get the
interesting.
bubblegum hue from a certain type of algae and bacteria, and they're totally safe to swim in. Just
Weird.
be careful what you chew. Oh, and be sure to take a selfie while you're swimming in what looks like a giant pool of Pepto-Bismol. You can thank Australia for coming up with the word selfie in the first place. There are about
Oh,
74 million
that makes
sheep
sense.
to
They got the
25
sunnies,
million
they got the
people in
speckies,
Australia,
they
which
got
makes
the
an impressive ratio of 3 to 1.
Eskies.
Only China and India have more than that.
Everything's got an E.
Oh, and the
East.
kangaroo thing is totally true. There are twice as many kangaroos as there are people there.
Makes sense.
That's 50 to 25 million.
I thought there might be
Speaking
more,
of
actually.
which, when a baby kangaroo is born, it's only half an inch long.
What?
It's also hairless and totally pink.
A
Kind
pinky.
of looks like a gummy bear.
I bet
What
snakes
else is
love
there in
those.
Australia? Oh, that's right, koalas.
Koala.
And to top that, there are 10 times more camels than koalas.
What?
Australia is the source of a lot of the Middle East's camels.
Really?
Now, in Western Australia, it's against the law to be in possession of more than 110 pounds of potatoes. Well, every country has its obscure, bizarre laws.
You guys also make you
The
register your Nerf
architect
guns.
of the
You guys make
world-famous
no sense
Sydney
sometimes.
Opera House got the idea of this unique construction while munching on an orange. If you combine all the sails of the building's roof, you'll get a perfect sphere.
Oh, that's cool.
The most ancient fossils in the world were found in Australia. They were no less than 3.4 billion years old, even
Wow.
older than my leftovers in the fridge. There are so many different species in this country that only 25% of them have been discovered so far.
You guys
Of the
need to
animals
explore a little
discovered
more.
to be native to Australia, none have hooves.
Huh.
Burger King miraculously turns into Hungry Jack's as soon as you land in Australia.
Yep.
It's the Aussie franchise of the famous fast food chain. Australia is a unique continent
I
that
love
doesn't
that.
house any active volcanoes.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
also the flattest continent on our planet. But it's got plenty of mountains, and one of them is called Mount Disappointment. It's just 2,600 feet tall, and naturally,
That's a bit of a
explorers
disappointment.
William Hovell and Hamilton Hume expected to see a great view from the top. However, after climbing the mountain, they discovered that there were too many trees growing on top and blocking the view completely.
What a
Guess how the men
disappointment.
felt. Australia has tons of unique flora and fauna species that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Among those are a staggering 1,500 spider species.
Oh, fuck that.
Spider
No.
species, yeah.
No.
On the bright side, and we are, while some of them are fatally poisonous,
Yep.
most are completely harmless. But how do I tell them apart? Oh, the poisonous ones wear signs. Got it. It's also where you'll
to know.
find 21
Good to
of the
know.
world's top 25 most venomous snakes. More than
snaky
90% of Australia is covered with some kind of vegetation. Since 1988, Australia has had a national floral emblem, and it's the golden wattle. When this plant blooms, it gets covered with the country's national colors, green and gold.
Golden wattle.
Australia is a multinational country with more than 200 different languages and dialects spoken there. The most popular non-English languages are Mandarin, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Cantonese.
Huh.
There are 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Australia,
Surprised
including
Hindi's not on that
12
list.
natural sites, 3 cultural sites, and 4 mixed sites. The difference between Australia's total length and its width is only 200 miles. Hey, do you have an 8-hour working day? You can thank Australian stonemasons for that. In
Thanks, Australia.
1865, they demanded to make 8-hour shifts the standard, and it spread throughout the world from there. With 8 people per square mile, Australia has an extremely low population density. For comparison, there are about 93 people per square mile in the US.
Yeah.
The national Australian airline, Qantas, uses recycled cooking oil to power its interstate flights. So, have I
Seems a
missed
little
any
sketchy.
cool facts about Australia?
Little sketchy.
Let me know down in the comments.
I don't know about that
if
last
you learned
one.
something new today,
Just
then
gonna say.
give this video a like and share it with a friend. But hey,
All right, that was a fantastic video. I didn't know a lot of those things actually. Some pretty interesting facts. Not sure about the cooking oil flying, but hey, if it works, it works. We're gonna go with it. But before we end the video, let's get into a little package from Australia. This was sent from Josh. He's a patron, and he's an awesome guy. Him and I chat quite often, and he sent this, and was a little worried it wasn't gonna get here, but it made it here, so I'm super excited to take a look at it. It's something small in there. But let's open it up, see what we got. Oh. All right, guys, this is cool. This is cool. So we got ourselves a little cricket bat. Oh, this thing is awesome. And it's got, what is this little marker? Mini autograph bat. Oh, cool. So I can have it autographed. So when I go to Australia, I'm going to bring this cricket bat. I'm going to go to a BBL game. I'm going to get this son of a gun autographed. Telling you, that's awesome. All right, says, hi Menke, glad to see this got to you. Enjoy the bat and marker as you may be able to use it sometime in Australia. Exactly, that's the plan. Cheers, Josh. So thank you so much, Josh. You are awesome, and thank you everybody who has sent me stuff. This is a super cool bat, and it's perfect because I have a spot for it in a box here that I can pack up and bring to my new place. And I'm super excited too. Once we get to Florida, it's going to take a little bit to get the next video out, but I'm going to do a few live streams on the way down there. And then once I get the new kind of studio setup going, we'll record some new videos, and it's going to be super exciting. So thank you guys so much for all the support over the last several months, all the patrons. I love you guys. Thank you so much. All the super chatters and the live streams, and just everybody who's been really helping me out with my stress over this move. I chat with a lot of you guys in Discord, so I do appreciate that. And yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, when I get down there, I plan to start a schedule between YouTube and Twitch and live streams and everything along those lines. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys again so much. The support means a lot. It's really helped me get through this move. And I can't wait to bring you guys some great content once I get down to Florida. We got a lot of new stuff coming. I hope to do some fishing videos, some other kind of stuff. And maybe I can even get an alligator on camera for you guys, but we'll see. But I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you again. Peace, love. We'll see you later.